More than 3,400 public servants received overtime in 2023-24. 50 earned over £30,000 in overtime alone. The report identifies 110 employees whose overtime exceeded 75% of their base salary, accounting for over £3 million in pay. In many cases, individuals more than doubled their base pay. The government has already commented that there are discrepancies in the Principal Auditor's report. In a previous GBC News report, we highlighted the £107,000 overtime bill earned by the manager of the refuse collectors in 23-24. In the general overtime section, however, there is a discrepancy in the amount of overtime pay reported, and this rises to £114,000. This is nearly double the next highest overtime earner, a PTO in the Health Authority, who earned £62,000. The next three highest overtime earners are police constables. The Environmental Protection Division of the Department of the Environment is singled out as especially concerning, with 4 of its 10 officers among the top 30 overtime earners, despite the team being overmanned and showing no rise in emergency call-outs. The auditor says he finds the cost of the service to be a matter of concern, especially in terms of whether value for money is being obtained for the taxpayer. Overall, the 2023 figure for overtime in the public service was the highest in 6 years, surpassing the £20 million mark for the first time in that period. High overtime spending was attributed to persistent vacancies, rostering issues, and round-the-clock operational demands. However, the auditor points to avoidable delays in filling vacancies as a major driver. In the Royal Gibraltar Police, for instance, vacancies rose to 36 in 2023-24, leading to a reliance on costly manning-level maintenance overtime. The acting commissioner also said there were a number of long-term illnesses. Meanwhile, the GHA's overtime bill in 23-24 was over £5.4 million, the highest since the pandemic. It justified this by citing chronic staff shortages, growing service demand, and the need to maintain clinical safety. The department described overtime as an unavoidable tool in ensuring continuity of care, although the auditor called for better oversight and faster recruitment. On the 29th of April 2025, the Chief Secretary, Glendon Martinez, introduced a revised overtime approval system requiring prior justification, with emergency cases reviewed post factum. However, the auditor is sceptical that this will be effective, noting similar controls in the past have failed to rein in costs. He says the new policy excludes the largest drivers of spending, conditioned and manning-level overtime, which remain untouched. In conclusion, the auditor says there's an urgent need for reform of overtime conditions, warning that unless the government tightens controls and fills vacancies more swiftly, overtime costs will continue to spiral, raising serious concerns over value for money and long-term financial sustainability.